Can you go ahead and just kind of put it towards that game as it progressed? Obviously a really physical game tonight as well.
Yeah, obviously disappointed. Don't get the 2 points. That's a team that likes to play stingy through the neutral zone, and to generate offense, you've got to be simple with the puck, get pucks to the net, and ultimately create traffic. I think we did a little bit of that, but we didn't do enough of it at the end of the day.
What can you say about that second period? Because obviously a dominating performance, but you need the sustaining part of it. What can you say about the second?
Yeah, just more pucks to the net. Maybe if we have the opportunity to capitalize on our chances, we got to continue to play physical. Our chances came off the forecheck. We weren't letting them set up and put themselves in uncomfortable positions, and ultimately getting in front of the goalie's eyes will make the difference for us, I think.
What do you want to see from your team moving forward from this game?
Yeah, I think we understood that that wasn't our best tonight, even though we fought and clawed at the end there. But that's a good hockey team. But at the end of the day, we need to understand what makes us successful. I think we'll work on that in practice, and then we're eager to get back to you for the next one.
It seemed like you had a little extra pep in your step. Was that from the extra energy from not playing the last couple, or is that something to prove there?
No, I think it's just playing my game. Energy, physicality. Unfortunately, had a goal called back. It was a great pass by Nate. But at the end of the day, it's just my role and identity. I've got to stick to it, and thought I did that tonight.
Just 2 goals over the last 2 games for this team. What do you guys need to do differently offensively?
Yeah, I think just shooting more pucks. Getting into the goaltender's eyes. When we did have chances, Gunner's goal was a great play, and obviously on the power play. But it's one of those things where the goaltender can't see the puck, and I think we had chances throughout the game to maybe shoot more, and we're looking for maybe the right, I don't necessarily say the pretty play, but I think at the end of the day, pucks to the net, challenge their goaltenders, get in his eyes and getting one of these greasy ones, and maybe that get us out of a funk.
Coach talked a lot about winning the neutral zone battle earlier today. How do you feel like you guys fared in that area?
Yeah, I think there was, maybe throughout the first we saw how good they are in their neutral zone and what makes them successful, and I think the simplicity of our game when, we don't have anything putting pucks in and hunting their defensemen. Their D-man don't like to go get hit, so when we're physical and creating loose pucks, second man out on that puck, we have the opportunity to get in there and get chances.
Yeah, I think obviously not a great first from us. They're an experienced team. They're structured. They defend really hard, and they made it tough on us in the first. And I think the way we were able to, kind of bounce back in the second, I think that's one of our best, second periods of the year for sure. In just terms of everything, game management, and kind of trying to outchange them and use our speed. But then again, it's it sucks to have that little push there and not be able to get it done.
What else do you want to see your team take away from this game moving forward?
I think just starting on time is obviously a big one. And when we do that, we're a tough team to play against, and I think that's the main thing from us. We know we have to do each night. The coaches do a great job, kind of telling us how we have to play, and how we can kind of break them down and have success. And I think our execution was a little sloppy tonight, but as the game went on, I think it got a little bit better.
And you guys did push in the third. You scored in the third. What do you see about this team's fight pushing late in that game, trying to get this win?
Yeah, there's never any quit in this room. The guys play for one another. It's like I said, it sucks to not get the win. But we did kind of have a push there, and those are moments that we have a chance to score on the 6-on-5, and we have to find a way to do it. Teams have done it to us, and it's something over the last 2 years that we haven't been able to do. So I think that's something that we can take away from it too, is kind of really dial that in, practice it, watch video. Our coaches, like I said again, they do a great job, and it's on us to execute and go out there and do it.
In that second, the communication and changes, things you guys seem to be working on pretty consistently. What works when those things work well?
Yeah, I think just everyone kind of gets in a rhythm. You get in a rhythm. There's fresh guys going on the ice. You have more energy. We tend to have the puck more ozone time. Just everything just like flows, and I think that's what you want, and that's when you feel good out there.
Just 2 goals tonight, and then you guys were showing the previous game. The previous 2, you scored 11 combined. How do you find consistency offensively?
Yeah, I think, always having a guy at the net is a huge one. I think maybe in Calgary we didn't, have as much traffic and kind of made it easy on them. But, I think just also having that, quick strike, mentality where, you're not always looking to set up a play like off turnovers and rebounds. Like, you're not, settling the puck and you're looking for your first option, and you need a guy in the slot and a guy at the net, and I think that's how you create offense, is those quick hits, those shots that break down coverage and open up the other plays once you do that. So I think that's something that we have to get better at, and continue to watch the video and get better at it.
I think we obviously we didn't have the start we were hoping for and we needed against that kind of team. Was tough to create offense. I like the way we play in the second and the third. I think we compete really hard, and effort was there, the focus was there. But unfortunately, when you have that kind of a start, I often repeat in front of you that it's a one-goal game all the time. So you cannot give any free opportunity to your opponent. And I didn't like our start. And like I said, a really good second and third.
Could you dive deeper into how your team responded to LA's pressure, especially in the second, third, when they were stronger against it?
Yeah, I think what LA does really good is counterattack. If you mismanage the puck or if you force plays, they counterattack. And in the first period, we definitively give them too much space. We let them take the medal on their rush, so they had too many entries. I think after guys adjust well and did a really good job at it. But they're number one in the league at certain thing for a reason. And I think by giving them the lead, that make them play in their strength even more. So that was the unfortunate part of the night, because I think the effort, like I said, was good in the second and the third.
One of the guys at morning skate today was saying that you guys are playing two perimeter. Would you agree with that? And what do you need to do to change
I think
it?
tonight we did. I agree with what they said, yes, but I think tonight you could see in the third and the second we went in there. We went in the dirty area, and we got a few tips and a few rebounds, and I think the effort from the guys were definitively there.
Are there any consistencies that you're seeing in terms of being on the wrong side of losing those one-goal games instead of being on the other side of it? Yeah,
that's a good question, Cole. I will not say inconsistency. I will say I didn't see one pattern was okay. It's always this, and we need to address it. I think tonight, it's their first goal. They worked for it, and they made a good play. And okay, the second goal should have never happened. We're casual, and that's the difference in the game. That's how tight the league is. So you cannot have those moments where you give a free shot, and we did that. We give them a breakaway, they score, and that made the difference in the game. I think we battled back. Our power play got us on the board, and then we scored. Cal scored at the end to get us closer. But at the end of the day, there's always mistake in a game. I think their third goal is from a turnover on our side, and okay, that will happen. But I think at the end of the day, they did mistake as well, and we had opportunity as well. It's just that mistake was a big one.
Quick turnaround. There's another game in just a day and a half. What do you want to see your team respond with in practice and moving forward into this next game?
I think as well, we the elephant in the room is our execution. We need to make more plays and better play. We need to connect on our execution, and there's too many fumbles tonight. There's too many play who should have connect at the NHL level where we fumble the puck, so that cut your momentum as well. So that's a matter of focus, and that's something we can get much better at.
You mentioned the first period goals against in the last two games, kind of early goals. Do you think that has to do with the, I guess, rough travel schedule and maybe not being ready?
I don't want to use that as an excuse. It's there, but so is the other team. NHL, there's nobody will feel sorry for you. It's not a league where you have to find excuses or stuff like that. You need to find solution. You need to find a way. That's the game was there for us tonight. The game was there. We need more urgency to start a game, and there will be another hell of a battle against Florida. But if we cannot give them anything. If they earn it, they earn it. It's a good league, and that will go both ways. But the freebie, that costs you.
Different subject. Tonight, some fans gathered to write letters for Keller after the unexpected passing of his father. What does that say about this community and how they see this team?
That community have their heart at the right place, and there's no doubt about it. And we saw it last year when Ingram was going through tough time, and again now they're rallying against Kells. I think we often talk about how important our fan and how much we care and how much they care for us. So I often talk about relationship, but I think in tough moment you see who you can rely on, and our fans show up.
Now you addressed this a little bit this morning, but with Logan out, kind of what needs to step up from both on and off the ice from the rest of the guys?
But in reality, if you play the way you should play, which is at your full potential, you won't raise anything. You will just be your best version of yourself. And so there's players who have different strength. It can be your physicality, can be your play with the puck, can be your play without the puck defensively, or so on and so forth. You have to be the best version of yourself anyway to be in that league and to be the best player you can be every night. So there's no other Logan Cooley in our team. So there's nobody who can be a Logan Cooley for the next little while. It's not the way it is. So everybody has to be themselves, but the best version of themselves.